Why are you still trying to deal with your problems in your own strength? Told God, once again, you ain't surrendered. Back against the wall. You may be fighting sleep paralysis, a succubus, incubus, which is called a wet dream. You may be having thoughts in your head telling you you ain't worthy, that you're disgusting, that when you look in the mirror, you say, I'm disgusting. And when you go to school, it just seems, or you go to work, it just seems that everyone is talking about you, paranoid, and you're just tired. You're just tired. Like you're just on your last leg. If anything, you don't even have that last leg no more. You're just laying down at this point. Faint. You done fainted. You need to give your life to Jesus. Well, where was God when I got, raped or molested or abused? God was right there the whole time. Don't click off. Why do I say God was right there? Or why, not why do I say, but why I know for a fact that God was right there. Boom. I got molested myself at 6 or 7 by my god sister. Right? The whole point of the devil, it's a tactic from the devil. If you want to know why it happened to you, it's because of sin, for number one. It's because there's Nephilim, or as we would say, demons. Once you realize that the person who did it to you probably got it done to themselves, and not only that, but it's not even them operating, it's a spirit operating behind them. That's why when you go, maybe like, for example, you in a relationship and you just keep getting in the same relationship with different people, they keep abusing you, they keep making fun of whatever, it's the same person, or it's the same, they got the same characteristics, but it's a different person. It's the same thing with a pedo, someone who just, or a graper. These are spirits, and it's a such thing called generational curses. God did not want that to happen to you. God, cried when that happened to you. And, that's why he sent his son down here, Jesus, so that you don't have to feel that pain. That you don't have to hide behind that false identity that you built yourself up into. That I have to be this strong woman, or I have to be this strong man. That I have to not take, I have to, just be prideful. Like, I have to be the first to bully. I can't be the one that get bullied. I have to basically be in control of every situation of my life. Because in that one moment, I didn't have no control. And, we have to, for one, when you want to just take control of everything, that's a sign that you may have the spirit of Jezebel. When you don't have control of a situation, you go as far as you can so that you can get control of that situation. Whether you're prideful and you just think that you're better than everybody else, that's the spirit of Leviathan. It's the spirit of pride, and it goes back to the spirit of Leviathan. And, these are generational curses that God has caused you to break off of your family so that your children don't have to go through what you went through. Because I know we all want to have kids. And if you don't, that's still good. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But, God has called a chosen generation. The youngins out there. Because look how bad the world is getting now. Christians getting slaughtered in Africa and Iraq and all over the world. Some countries, or maybe cities or countries, I'm not sure, they don't even allow the gospel to be preached. You can't even say you're a Christian, or you will go to jail. Ishmael and Isaac, their descendants, are at war, with the Palestine and Israel, commotion going on, or Gaza. I don't pay attention to it. The government shutting down for over a month. Wake up. The world is coming to an end. You got people getting implanted chips inside of their arm. And they said in UK you can't buy or sell, or you can't really do anything unless you get that digital ID inside of you. They're setting up the stage for the Antichrist. Now, I'm not saying that, it's just probably just a short amount of time, but it is a short amount of time. And a short amount of time can be, because, one day is 1,000 years for God, and 1,000 years is one day for God. So we could have another 50 to 100 years, who knows? Only God knows. Nobody knows the hour nor day. Not even Jesus himself. Only God knows that day. But Jesus doesn't, Jesus wants to take that pain from you, because he felt that when he was nailed on that cross. And when he said, Father, why have you forsaken me? He felt the pain that you're going through. Every sin you could think of, he felt, so that you don't have to feel it. But all you have to do is believe and accept and say, Jesus, I invite you into my heart. I invite you into my life. And I want to live for you, because you did the impossible for me. Meaning, we could not do what Jesus did at all. It wouldn't be possible. He did the impossible in human logic. Just didn't sin one time. Carried a 200 and some pound cross over a mile or maybe 2 miles. Got beaten so bad that he was unrecognizable. They didn't know if he was a man or a woman. That's how bad Jesus got beat. They didn't know if he was a man or a woman. We don't deserve him. We don't deserve him. But he said otherwise. He said, you are worthy. He said, I do love you. And you're my brother and my sister. You're my sheep. I'm your shepherd. Like, what greater love is that for, as it said, for one to lay down their life for their friends, for their brothers, for their sisters. Jesus did everything for us. He was thinking about us when he did everything. He laid out an example of what we're to follow. And as he said, if you want to share my cup of glory, you have to share in the cup of my suffering. And as you are suffering right now, you don't have to suffer in a sense of you don't have peace. But rather you're suffering in the aspect of nobody accepts me in the world. But you have a family, which is me, the body. The body of Christ, and I'm your brother. All you have to do is accept Jesus with your heart. Say a prayer tonight before you go to sleep if you haven't. Lord, I need you. I invite you into my heart. I invite you to my life. Lord, change me. Give me